Hi guys, Puddin here with a game for you in my Tier 10 German destroyer, the Z-52. Now, this isn't so much about the gameplay, it's more or less this discussion at hand. And I think nobody really is, talked about it, been in an uproar. Like, everybody's still too busy about beating up on carriers, but with the flooding changes, really affected German DDs in the sense that they got nerfed a little bit. I mean, you can see my captain skills and my captain build, and really, I changed out faster loading torpedoes for longer shooting main batteries because floods just don't last long anymore. They're at best, 30 seconds, start adding flags and anything else to diminish it. And most of the time, if I get flooded right away, I don't even repair it, to where you used to repair a flood immediately, no matter what. In my Montana, I don't even bother repairing floods because I have legendary build. Montana, and it's 15 seconds. Whatever. I should be able to survive for 15 seconds. And I think, well, I believe the reason Wargaming gave out was the poor player who got caught with their pants down or in a bad position, get a flood and it's next to a death sentence. I think some of it had to do more or less with the CV rework than that. But if the reasoning or the excuse they're going to go with is, in layman's term, some idiot put out one fire and then got a flood. Well, guess what? You should be punished for that. This notion that you shouldn't be punished for making stupid or bad plays, I don't get. There's a reason they call it the turn of death. You're rolling the dice. Like, whether you're in a battleship or cruiser, whether or not you're going to get who to Citadel. You got put in a bad position, and your choice is turn in and go at the enemy or turn out. Do the turn of death. Here's a prime example of some of this. You're going to see me, really shooting a lot more out of this thing, whereas before, if you've watched any of my Z-52 replays, I was more or less about the torpedoes and hunting down other destroyers, but it wasn't about the guns per se, to where I will just shoot way more than I will with torpedoes. Those torps I sent are just yeah, they're going in that area or whatever. I pump my Hydra. Why? RPF is pointed not at all those ships, but somewhere else. Well, guess what? I'm popping my RPF, so I don't run in torpedoes. The Massachusetts doesn't run into torpedoes, but I mean, there's the thing, even if the Mass ran into those torps, 30 seconds. The best case scenario, or worst case scenario, it gets 2 floods, but I don't even think the floods are cumulative. I think it's still just 1. I could be wrong. Even if it's cumulative, it's still only 2 floods for 30 seconds compared to 3 or 4 fires. Oh look, I just put 2 floods on something. I'm not even worried because, well, there's a shimmy in front of me, but okay, I got 2 floods. I did a bunch of damage to something. I wonder what I could have possibly hit. Let me get the fires going on them with my AP, of course, because elite pro skills. But, I mean, the NC didn't even need to really put out the floods except for to potentially get away. I might as well take advantage of my smoke because I'm here. But fires seem to be the death sentence for everything now. Fires are preferably the choice for damage over time. And you know what? If they're going to nerf floods for bad plays or bad players, then why don't they nerf the fires? Fires are 10 times more common and more dangerous. Hell, why don't we just put fires down to 15 seconds and just be okay, you can get 4 fires, but they're only going to be, for 15 seconds, and just be done with it and be like, okay, damage over time is just getting nerfed to high hell. I mean, it really, in my opinion, it hurt the German DDs. You don't see them as often anymore. Like, you used to see them out there, and now it's like, why bother grinding up the line? You're better off getting a Grozavoy. You're better off with Daring, Garing, Shimmy. Just because of the alpha damage from the torpedoes. These things don't have the alpha damage the other ones do. And part of that trade off was one, they have a lower flood chance, and part of that was because they just reloaded so fast, so you can put a lot more fish in the water. But I don't. I think they had a slightly higher flood chance, not a lower one, but it wasn't by much. If it was higher, I mean, usually when I dropped my full set, I would get one flood on something, so it wasn't like it was hard to get a flood. To where sometimes with the other ships, it was a little bit difficult. But I mean, you'll see me do this a lot more often in my Z52 instead of remaining stealthy. Just open up with the guns. Fires are going to do more damage than my floods, and this is half the reason why I changed a little bit to more of a pew pew build instead of a torby build. These torpedoes just don't get the job done. It seems like at times, like the only time you're gonna really wreck something is when it's already been damaged. And here's the thing: you're no longer getting rewarded for getting that fire on the ship, getting the guy to use his DCP, and then just whacking them with the torps and having a good, a good duration of floods on there. I used to do it all the time in my battleships. At the end of the game, I'd let a torpedo hit me and just let the whole thing flood and farm unsinkables. It was a risky maneuver, but if you know how to do it, you could easily farm unsinkables. But now it's like, before it was be like, okay, going up against a DD, you got 3 fires, like, yeah, I can't hit the R button, there's a destroyer in front of me, I don't know when his torps are coming, I have to save my repair for the flood. Now it's like, okay, 3 fires, boom, instant repair, like, oh no, I got a flood. Well, it's better than 3 fires. I'm not too worried about the flood damage anymore compared to where it's the fire damage. And I'm sure some of this is tied in with the carriers. Luckily for us, this won't be a long talk because you can see this is a complete steamroll, so I won't have to babble too much. But what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on nerfing fire damage a bit? I mean, that's really what I'm trying to say is, like, Germans got hit with this unfortunate nerf with the floods, and what do you think about, should bad play and bad players be punished for making stupid mistakes instead of learning how to instead of making the correct call, i.e. stop putting out one fire. Let the one fire burn. Pay attention to the situation. If you got 2 fires, you might be better off letting the 2 fires burn. But not anymore. It's like it just seems like they want to not punish bad plays or bad players, and it kind of indirectly nerfs and hurts some ships and some ship lines. I mean, of course, I love the less flood damage when I'm playing my battleship, but when I play my DDs, I hate it. It kind of hurts. I've been playing a lot of the higher alpha DDs instead of my German, and I still love my Z52. So now we're just going to look at these post results, get your guys' thoughts and feelings. I hope you guys did enjoy the replay. I cannot wait to see what your guys' thoughts and feelings are about nerfing fire damage. if you believe in it or not, or maybe buffing the flood damage again. Do something. I don't know. I know it's not an easy thing to do, and I don't want to keep babbling, but nerf the fire or buff DD floods again. Can't wait to see the comments. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you guys do send us. I finally got my replays to work again. I figured out what was wrong, sort of, but I got my replays to work, and I apologize for no community replays because I had the issue again, and I figured out what was wrong with it, so I apologize for that. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, so a little compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have yourselves one heck of a great day.